I am delighted to have a chance to be here in Phoenix and to congratulate Phoenix. I've got to tell you that across the country as we do this work, we're finding that a large and growing number of kids have fallen beyond the reach of schools. These are the kids who are too far behind when they start, who miss too many days of school to catch up, and who lose more ground over the summer. And it's really clear that with this group of students, that schools cannot succeed by themselves. And across the country, we have a number of mayors who have stepped up, and as does the mayor in Denver, he says, look, what goes on behind the school door is very much influenced and even determined by what happens outside the school door. And he says, I'm not going to spend a lot of time worrying about what goes on behind the school door. That's the superintendent's job and the board's job. My job is to lead improvement of what's happening outside the school door. That has become a mantra for mayors across the country. And here in Phoenix, you have a mayor that has taken up the challenge of mobilizing the community, finding proven and promising programs, engaging folks who may have wandered away, and providing the leadership that we need to help schools to succeed by sending them kids who are ready for school, by making sure that families have the help and support they need to get their kids to school every day, and by figuring out ways to take care of more children, young children and school-age children during the summer months. I have the distinct pleasure this afternoon to recognize the great work that's going on in this city by handing your certificate to the person whom Terry Clark describes as the original champion of grade level reading, Mayor Stanton.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
There's a photographer someplace.
All right, good. Thanks. Thanks very much. All right, thank you, Ralph, very much for the kind introduction. I guess that makes me the OG of literacy here, and I'm an old guy. The old guard of literacy supporters, but I am honored to have that title. And it is great for me as mayor of the city of Phoenix to welcome you to the Phoenix Convention Center and the Read on Arizona Literacy Rally. You know, there was a rally here last week. I didn't like that rally here at the Convention Center. This rally, I'm 100% on board. So let's make this a good rally for literacy here in Arizona. And I do want to say thank you to the Grade Level Reading Campaign for recognizing the city of Phoenix, not once, but now twice, for the outstanding work that we are so lucky and blessed to do on behalf of Read on Phoenix. Pacesetter honors are among the highest awards presented by the campaign, so it's truly a privilege to be here with more than 700 dedicated and passionate education allies to accept this award on behalf of Read on Phoenix. Your commitment is getting results for our kids. Ralph said it in terms of the mayors that he works with around the country. I know we all feel the same way, and I feel this about your work here in Phoenix. There is not an inch of space between the success of literacy programs here in our city, between the success of our efforts to get kids reading by third grade. Not an inch of space between those efforts and not just the future success of the city, the present success of the city. They are one in the same. So I need this program to be successful for my city to be successful. And our city could not have achieved success without our partners, including and especially Read On Arizona. This partnership has put literacy front and center for Phoenix. So thank you to our good friend and leader, Terry Clark, for all you do. Let's give her another big round of applause. And a huge thank you to our friends and partners, the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation, for awarding Phoenix over $15,000 to expand our Little Free Library program. If you don't know about it, it's really cool. It's just bringing books to the people wherever they happen to be, whether it be in barbershops or grocery stores, wherever people congregate. We want little libraries there. Take a book, leave a book. It's as simple as could possibly be. But we build these cute little libraries and we put them all over the city. And we're going to continue to work with great partners like Southwest Human Development, who I'm sure are in this room, to create even more places for families of all income brackets to access great books. It's the least we can do as a city. And I think everyone in this room can agree that there is no more important issue for our kids and for our long-term economic success as a city than achieving a great education. We need to increase our college attainment rate if we're going to be competitive economically. That starts with literacy, especially when it comes to third grade reading. When students transition from learning to read to reading to learn. Through initiatives like Read On Phoenix and Smart Talk, which I just learned about, what an awesome program Smart Talk is, Phoenix is supporting literacy. But we know that with the success that we've had, we still have tons of work to do. There is still challenges in our community. Nearly half of our third graders are reading below proficiency. And our state is facing a literacy crisis. And our pre-K and elementary educators are working tirelessly, day in and day out, to change this reality student by student. Because we know, you know, that early literacy is often the difference between dropping out later in their educational careers or become potentially entangled in the justice system or earning higher incomes and becoming a homeowner. Our teachers are the key to making that latter situation a reality. But their hard work has been met with too few resources and too often an overwhelming number of mandates and scrutiny from individuals who have never taught a single day in a classroom. Our K-12 educators, please. Our K-12 educators, they work their tails off 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to meet these demands, yet their pay does not reflect their hard work and dedication. Their pay doesn't reflect the prestige that they deserve and the rigor of the teaching profession. Too many teachers are leaving the profession or being wooed by other states because of low pay. That's self-defeating, that's unsustainable to our progress as a state. We must fix that. And please. And our teachers are our heroes because despite all of the strains that come with being an educator in today's world, our teachers make that choice to come to work every single day and teach our children how to read, write, how to be good citizens. These leaders are in the trenches and they're overburdened, yet they are making miracles happen in our classrooms. As education advocates and as political leaders, we need to say enough is enough. We need to put educators first because we know that the key to a quality education and the key to ensuring our students can read is having talented, dedicated teachers in our classrooms. In the city of Phoenix, as was mentioned by Ralph, we don't run the schools in our city. Thank God. But as mayor, I will strive to be the very best partner that I can for our public schools and our teachers. And another way we can support our teachers and schools is by making sure students attend school every day. And because we know that attendance is critical to every educational milestone. Making sure that every student gets to school should not be the sole responsibility of our educators and our schools. Getting kids in a position where they can be the best position to attend schools It's not your responsibility, it's all of our responsibility. It's my responsibility as mayor of the city as well. Each of us has our part. And that's why I'm not just asking superintendents and teachers and board members to sign on to the attendance awareness program, which is called the Attendant Works 2017 Superintendent Pledge. I'm going to sign on as well, because mayors need to put their name on the dotted line like anyone else. That's why I'm supporting Read on Phoenix and gearing up for Attendance Awareness Month. We're going to try to get 100% of Phoenix schools to sign on to the Superintendent's Pledge. So if you haven't already done so, it's not too late. I encourage everyone, looking in the mirror as well, everyone to make that pledge. As we look forward to what our leaders and education advocates can do to make sure we are developing an educated workforce, we all have a role to play in many areas, especially 3. Promote perfect attendance because every minute counts, ensuring every child can learn to read by 3rd grade, and most importantly, invest in our teachers and the education system more than we do today, investing in our educators. And with that, I think Terry Clark is going to come back and we're going to introduce our great panelists of people that truly are in the trenches, the day-to-day leaders that are doing a ton on literacy, and I get to have the honor to moderate the panel.